Good morning, students. Let us continue with the essay Selected Snobberies by Aldous, Huxley. Modernity snobbery, though not exclusive to our age, has come to assume an unprecedented importance. Talking about another snobbery, modernity snobbery, he says that whereas this snobbery is concerned, it is not exclusive, it is not as much important in our age, in modern age. But nowadays, it is taking an important place in the societies. The reasons for this are simple and of strictly economic character. Why this snobbery is spreading in the modern society? The reason is very strict and strictly based on economic factor. Thanks to modern machinery, production is outrunning consumption. Author says, we are thankful to the machinery, to the technology, because of the technology, machinery, the production of the articles, it is outrunning, it is more than the consumption. Organized waste among consumers is the first condition of our industrial prosperity. He says that if we want to make our industry prosperous, there should be organized waste. Throwing the article, it should be promoted, it should be encouraged. The sooner a consumer throws away the object he has bought and buys another, the better for the producer. Naturally, he says that as soon as the possessor who is having any article, maybe bike, maybe car, maybe anything, soon he throws away, discards it, considers it as a waste, and purchases a new one that is better for the industry. At the same time, of course, the producer must do his bit of by producing nothing but the most perishable articles. At the same time, it is the duty of the producer that the producer should make such articles that vanish, that perish in a short time. The man who builds a skyscraper to last more than 40 years is a traitor to the building trade. Naturally, he says that there is a man who makes a building and the building lasts for 40 years. For 40 years, he has nothing to do. He is supposed to be the traitor, whereas the building making is concerned. The words are those of a great American contractor. These are the words of the great American contractor that suppose a building that is made and it lasts for 40 years, it means that maker is treating to the building making. Substitute motor cars, boats, suit of clothes, etc. for skyscrapers and 1 year, 3 months, 6 months, and so on for 40 years. There should be alternative things. There should be substitutes for motor cars, food, clothes, whereas high buildings are concerned, that they should be vanished in a limited time. And if they last for the long time, if they last for 40 years, it is not good for the construction industry. And you have the gospel of any leader of any modern industry. This is going to be the plot story of any leader of the industry that makes different types of products. The modern snobs, it is obvious, is the industry's best friend. No doubt. There is a person in the society, he is a modern snob. He always wants to show himself that he is updated, he is modern. He is supposed to be the best friend of industry. For modernity snobs naturally tend to throw away their old possessions and buy new ones at a greater rate than those who are not modernity snobs. This is the reason for because modernity snobs, the person who are modernity snobs, what they do, naturally tend to throw away their old possessions. Naturally, they like to throw away their old possessions, old articles, and buy new ones at a greater rate and purchase new articles immediately, paying much more than the people who are not modernity snobs. The person who is not modernity snob, that person waits for some time, for 1 month, for 2 months, for 1 year, and when the rates are down, then he purchases. But whereas modernity snob is concerned, that person immediately, whenever any article is launched in the market, that person purchases, paying much more for that thing. Therefore, it is in the producer's interest to encourage modernity snobbery. Further, he says, therefore, it is for the betterment of the producer that producers should increase modernity snobbery by advertisement or other ways, which in fact he does do on an enormous scale and to the tune of millions and millions a year. No doubt, the producers are doing so. They are spending millions and millions every day on the advertisement just to make the people modern or make the people modernity snobs. They are doing this on enormous scale, high scale, by means of advertising. There are so many advertisements on the TVs, on the newspapers, everywhere. The producers are doing so. The newspapers do their best to help those who help them. Newspapers are playing their role, good role. They are doing best for the producers because they need it and they want to do it. And the flood of advertisement is added a flood of less directly paid for propaganda in favor of modernity snobbery. He further says, there is a flood of advertisement in the newspapers, in the TVs, everywhere. Apart from these advertisements, there is propaganda as well, which is used just to encourage modernity snobbery. The public is taught that up-to-dateness is one of the first duties of man. What they are doing? They are teaching to the public that to be updated, to be modern, it is the duty of these people. Every day a new article, a new advertisement is there, and by these means They are teaching to the public that you should be updated, you should be modern. Docile, it accepts the reiterated suggestion. And though there is no doubt that public is docile, public is submissive, and it reacts repeatedly, surrenders repeatedly to the advertisements. Daily advertisement is there. And finally, when one day one person reads something, another day again the same thing, third day again the same thing, what happens? Finally, that person makes his mind to purchase the article. We are all modernity snobs now. He says that there is no doubt. We all are now modernity snobs. We want to show in the society that we are modern. We can purchase this thing. That's all about today's lecture. Thank you.